Okay, in part 2 of operations with radical expressions, we are still going to be doing radical expressions, but just in the context of some geometry. So we have some perimeter equations and some area equations, and we're going to be finding perimeter and area, but in terms of radicals. So first I have 3 root 2 minus 2 as the one of the dimensions, and 4 root 2 plus 1 as the other dimension. So this is asking us to find the perimeter and the area with a rectangle of these dimensions. So I'm going to go ahead and label all 4 sides. Okay, now for perimeter, we're going to add them all up. So if I have 4 root 2 and 4 root 2, that's 8, 3 and 3. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 3 is 14. So the answer here is 14 root 2. Then negative 2 and plus 1 is negative 2. So what I did here, just to write it all out, is I did 4 root 2 plus 4 root 2 plus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2. That's where I got the 14. And then I did negative 2 plus 1. Okay, and that's where I got the negative 2. So the perimeter is 14 root 2 minus 2 inches. That's the perimeter. Okay, then the area, I'm going to multiply them together. So let me find a little room down here, and I'm going to multiply the length and the width. So 3 root 2 times 2, minus 2 times 4 root 2 plus 1. Okay, now I'm going to multiply the length and the width together. So, FOIL it out. How many times am I going to multiply? 4. Okay, so first I have 12 times 2, because 4 times 3 is 12, and square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. Okay, next I have plus 3 root 2 minus 8 root 2 minus 2. Now, if you'll, this might be making some of you be like, oh, I remember this problem. We've done this problem. We did this problem yesterday. So I combine like terms, and I get, this is 24, so I get 22 minus 5 root 2 inches squared, and this is the area. Okay, so the same numbers were yesterday, but now we just have it in the context of an area perimeter problem. Okay, so on the bottom, find the area and the perimeter of a triangle with the base. So let's label the picture. The base of 3 root 5 plus 2, and the height of 4 minus the square root of 5. And we need to find the perimeter and the area. So this is going to be a little bit harder. Let's see, the area will be easy, the easier one. So area is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times the base times the height. Okay, so let's FOIL these first. So 3 root 5 times 4 is 12 root 5. 3 root 5 times root 5 is negative 3 times 5. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times negative square root of 5 is negative 2 root 5. Okay, so make sure you really looked at that, double check it. So I just did all my foiling, so now I'm going to combine like terms. So I have 10 root 5, and this is 15, so negative 15 plus 8 is minus 7. I'm going to multiply that times 1/2, so that is, I'm going to write it on this side over here, 5 root 5 minus 7/2 inches. And that is the perimeter. No, sorry, that is the area. Okay, and we are not going to find the perimeter because we don't need to do that for, so if there's any problems on the homework, we don't need to find the perimeter of a triangle, because we would need to find this side, so we would have to use Pythagorean theorem, and if you want to try that as like a challenge question, that would be a great challenge question. So, but I'm not going to do it on here. So, let's look at the next problem. So now we have volume. So volume is length times width times height. And it says that it's a square base, so I know that this side right here is also 2 root 3. So I'm going to multiply them all together. So I'm going to pick 2 root 3 times 2 root 3 and do that first. And I get 4 times 3, which is 12. Okay, so I did the 2 and the 2 and got 4, and root 3 and got 3, so that's 12. And then I'm going to multiply that times 5 root 7. Now, what am I going to multiply the 12 by? If you said 5, you're right. So I'm going to get 60 root 7. And it didn't give me any units, so it would be units cubed, but it didn't give any units. So you're just multiplying all of them together, and that's how you get the answer. So, this is a quick little lesson. In class tomorrow, you will do some practice problems. Like I said, this is very similar to today's lesson. The only difference is there's some geometry formulas, but we're still using radical expressions and doing operations with radical expressions. So in class tomorrow, you'll do some practice assignments, and you'll also get a laws of exponents game that you can use to get a very high homework grade. So have a great evening, and I will see y'all later.